can't just walk around in the dark. You have to have a light. It's the law.
Welcome to a game. I just realized my stamina is not regenerating. Why? Welcome to a game that has been the bane of my existence. I have become obsessed with this game, you could say. Welcome to a game that has 15 armor slots for your character, and none of them matter. A game where you can have 11 in strength, 12 in vitality, and 10 in speech, and still fail every speech check, and still lose every fight. Welcome to a game where all of the perks debuff you in some sort of way. This is Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Run back to mama, boy! Come on!
Imagine playing this game legitimately. There are many ways to upgrade your character. Number of different skills, and then there's base stats, strength, agility, vitality, speech, charisma. There are other skills that you will never look at or even notice. You also have skills. You can have perks in those skills, which allow you, after a certain level, you're able to do certain things. For example, with herbalism, you can work for a very long amount of time and end up with the Lig Day perk. Herb picking activity will add experience to your strength stat too, until you realize that after 3 hours of picking herb, that this gives you 1 XP, meaning that in order to upgrade your strength using herb picking, you'd have to pick up over 400 plants, which of course means playing 3-second animation again and again and again and again. Welcome to Kingdom Come Deliverance. This game is truly incredible. And then we can get to combat, where you can fight a boss for 4 hours, despite having a 11 in strength, to be fighting a mini boss on like the 5th main quest. Why can't I walk up these stairs? Why is this a thing? Welcome to a game that, despite all of its emphasis on combat and fighting, with all the many tools and weapons at your disposal, the game actively encourages you to never fight anyone. Often, the game will throw 3 or 4 people to fight you at a time. And of course, in this game, you cannot win against 3 to 4 people. You can barely win a 1-on-1, much less a 2-on-1. And so, you are actively encouraged to use the most shadiest of things in a game where the idea was you're supposed to be a knight, I think? Do what's right. Use the only useful skill in the entire game, the bow, which admittedly is the only skill, besides unarmed, that doesn't have perks. Why? This is the best thing in the game. Beyond the best thing in the game. Doesn't have any perks. Which means, if you want to become an archer, which is the only viable thing in the game, because of course, it's the only viable thing in the game. The thing about arrows is that you can't parry them, which is crazy, because enemies are apparently god-tier experts about parrying literally everything else in the game. Never mind that I'm wearing like full body armor and he's missing a helmet. Whenever there's a confrontation, I just lose. I don't know if he has 20 freaking strength or something, which... Oh, and I'm dead. Yep. Wait, my sword literally changed positions there. The game had to teleport the position of my sword in order for him to block me. So, you get encouraged to not fight using a sword or a melee weapon, because those are all useless and the enemies are apparently all god-tier expert sword fighters. And you go for a bow, which is one of the few skills in the game that doesn't even have perks. Why is there no perks? Why are there no perks for this combat skill? This is the only useful skill. So, continuing on, if you are to become a swordsperson and perhaps go up in the level, you can see that there are a number of perks, and all these perks are combos that you can do. Unfortunately, good luck finishing a combo, because this guy is going to parry you 50,000 freaking times. Never mind that I'm wearing like full body armor and he's missing a helmet. Whenever there's a confrontation, I just lose. So, combos are a bust, as well as doing anything besides strength is a bust, because did I mention that the main class makes you 1v1 a guy in a confined space? So, good luck using any other tactics in combat. No, you have to 1v this guy with a melee weapon, or you will die. So essentially, this is the game of Kingdom Come Deliverance. A game that actively justifies its own cheese. Because if you do anything else besides cheese the game, you will just die. Over and over and over again. Which is why the Mongolian strategy will always be the best strategy. And I understand why the Mongolians took over all of Asia.
But shouldn't you start with looking for that virgin? There's lots of pretty maids around these parts.
One or two might still be virgins.
That
What?
never occurred to me.